Hey everyone! So, if you play Roblox, you already know it's just packed with all these amazing games. But have you ever stopped to think about just how big it is? Like, how many worlds are really out there to explore? Well, today, we're gonna find out. Let's start the tour.
All right, first question for you. How many games do you think are on Roblox? Take a second, just throw a number out there. 1,000? 100,000? I'll tell you what, the real answer is probably going to blow your mind. Yup, millions. We're talking millions of different experiences. And the coolest part is they're all made by players, just like you. See, Roblox isn't just one game, it's a whole universe of them. So let's go check it out. Okay, our first stop on the tour is one of the most popular neighborhoods in all of Roblox. I'm talking about role-playing games. You know, the ones where you get to be anyone you want and live a completely different life. I bet you've probably hung out in Brookhaven RP, right? It's the perfect example of one of these Second Life games. It's this giant city where you can get a house, drive awesome cars, and just, live your best life with your friends. And when I say it's popular, I mean it is huge. Look at that number. That's 50 billion. That's how many times people have visited Brookhaven. It really just shows you how much we all love games where we get to make up our own stories. And Brookhaven is not alone in this neighborhood. There's Adopt Me, where it's all about collecting and trading the coolest pets you can imagine. Get this, it's so popular that sometimes there are over 600,000 people playing it at the exact same time. It's incredible. All right, let's leave that cozy neighborhood for a bit. Our next stop is what I'm calling the Thrill Zone. This is the part of the Roblox universe where things get really exciting. We're talking action, adventure, the whole deal. So you've got games like Jailbreak, which is all about that fast-paced fun. It's basically a giant game of cops and robbers where you get to pick a side. And people love it. It's been played over 7 billion times. Then you've got these super popular competition games. Take Bed Wars, for example. You and your team have to protect your bed while you try to take out everyone else's. It's all about teamwork and a little bit of strategy, and it's a massive hit with over 9 billion visits. Okay, time for a little twist in our tour. You might think Roblox is all bright, fun, and friendly, but for those of you who like a good scare, well, there's a spooky side too. This is how one review described the game Doors. It's gotten over 5 billion visits in just 2 years. Basically, you're trying to survive this creepy hotel, and you have to make it through 100 doors without getting caught by whatever is lurking in there. And this just shows how creative Roblox developers are. I mean, some horror games, like The Mimic, are so well made that players say they have astonishingly impressive graphics. They look so good, you almost forget you're even playing a Roblox game. All right, next step on our tour, we're heading to some worlds that might look kind of familiar. This is where you can find games based on your favorite TV shows, movies, and even other video games that you love. So there are 2 types of games here, and it's pretty simple. First, you've got licensed games. That's just a fancy way of saying they're the real deal. They're official games made with permission from big companies. Think of it like an official sequel to a movie, but instead, it's a game on Roblox. A perfect example is Sonic Speed Simulator. Sega, the company that actually makes all the Sonic games, worked with a developer to build an official Sonic game right inside of Roblox. And it was the very first licensed game to hit 1 billion plays. How cool is that? Now on the other side, you have unlicensed games. These are amazing worlds made by fans, for fans, inspired by the stuff they love. The best example? Blox Fruits. It's inspired by the anime One Piece, and it has been played over 31 billion times. That just shows you how powerful fan creativity can be. Okay, for the final stop on our tour, let's pull out a kind of treasure map. We're gonna get a little peek at what kinds of games could be the next big thing on Roblox. So Roblox actually looked at what players like you are searching for the most. And this list? This shows the types of games that tons of people are trying to find, but maybe can't. It's like a giant hint for creators about what they should build next. And just look at these numbers. In only 3 months, players search for open-world action games 14 million times. That's basically a giant sign for game developers that tells them exactly what kind of new adventures we're all hungry for. And here's what's so exciting. New games are popping up and becoming huge all the time. In fact, 4 of the top 10 games on Roblox right now were made in just the last year.
That means the next big hit, the next Brookhaven or Adopt Me is always, always just around the corner.
So, as we wrap up our tour, the one thing to remember is that every single one of these worlds we talked about was built by someone in the Roblox community. That's the main takeaway here. The platform is this huge, incredible universe of creativity, just waiting for the next big idea. And that idea could come from anyone, maybe even you.